Imagine two people earning nearly the same salary, living in the same city, and navigating the same economic environment. Yet 10 years later, their financial situations look surprisingly different. One slowly accumulates assets and flexibility, while the other remains financially stable on the surface, but never seems to move beyond the monthly cycle of earning and spending. The difference often does not come from income alone, but from something more subtle that economists sometimes describe as the comfortable salary trap. At first glance, a comfortable salary appears to solve most financial concerns. Regular paychecks cover rent or mortgage payments, daily expenses, occasional travel, and the small luxuries that make modern life feel manageable. The system feels balanced because there is rarely a dramatic financial crisis, and this stability creates a sense of safety that encourages consistency in spending patterns. Yet the same stability can quietly discourage deeper financial change because there is no immediate pressure to restructure how money flows. Psychologically, humans tend to optimize their lifestyle to match their income. Behavioral economists refer to this pattern as lifestyle calibration, where spending gradually expands to occupy the available financial space. A raise does not always increase long-term savings. Instead, it often upgrades housing, transportation, subscriptions, and other recurring expenses. Each change feels reasonable in isolation, but together they form a structure where most of the income becomes permanently allocated. Mathematically, this creates an interesting dynamic. When income increases but savings rates remain constant in percentage terms, absolute savings rise only modestly relative to total spending commitments. Meanwhile, larger recurring expenses become locked into the monthly financial system. The individual earns more money, but also becomes responsible for maintaining a larger economic structure around their lifestyle. Over time, the comfortable salary begins to function less like freedom and more like a stabilizing force that keeps financial behavior predictable. The individual rarely experiences the urgency that might push them to redesign their financial habits, and because their needs are consistently met, the incentive to question the system remains low. From the outside, it appears successful, yet internally, the structure is designed to maintain equilibrium rather than expansion. Looking across economic history, similar patterns appear whenever income growth outpaces financial education. Periods of rising wages often coincide with expanding consumption, not necessarily expanding asset ownership. The broader economic system benefits from this behavior because stable consumption supports businesses, housing markets, and credit systems, which in turn reinforce the cycle. Understanding the comfortable salary trap does not mean rejecting a good income or avoiding lifestyle improvements. Instead, it reveals a structural insight about how financial systems behave. When spending structures grow at the same pace as income, progress tends to stabilize rather than compound. Recognizing this pattern can shift how individuals view financial decisions. The question slowly moves away from how much someone earns and toward how the structure of their income is arranged. In that sense, escaping the comfortable salary trap is less about dramatic change and more about noticing how quietly the system of spending can shape long-term outcomes.